Oh,
Are we good?
yep.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to podcast 4 of the Blue Lotus Collective. And this week we're highlighting Katrina from Eco-Refillary. Hello, Katrina.
Hi.
We are connecting in with Katrina to bring us into some wisdom and information on the Eco-Refillary. Do you want to tell us about Eco-Refillary and how you got started?
Eco-Refillary was born when I was going through a hysterectomy recovery. I had a lot of time on my hands. So I was suddenly aware that I was drinking a lot of water bottles and throwing them in recycling, not even considering the fact that that recycling box potentially didn't reuse everything to its full capacity. I thought it like canceled each other out, never considered that impact at all. And it just was an epiphany. I was also in school for holistic nutritionist. So, with learning the aspects of the quality of your water and the plastic exposure to your health, I decided to look into a water filtration system. And then I was looking around my house, realizing laundry containers, dish bottles, shampoo, conditioner. It's like, wow, there's a lot of plastic. And then I learned it didn't even get all recycled, that only about 8% of plastics actually get recycled and repurposed for various reasons. So that set me down a rabbit hole. And I learned that there was this other way that you could refill products. And so I went on sort of a search for products that I could share with consumers. And I used to make, I had a small business making candles, and I would go to markets, staying at home, raising my children. So I started that in 2010, and it was called Innocence. And so through that, I learned that I could do markets. I felt confident there. So when starting Eco-Refillary, I decided to take it to St. Jacob's Farmers Market. I thought it's end of August, mid-August. I'll go try it out. And then when the season was done, I could just go back to the drawing board, see if people had an interest in it, if they were curious on reducing their plastic. And the first week I set up and it was well received. And then the second week, which this was so unheard of. St. Jacobs was on a wait list for minimum 1 to 3 years to get inside. On the second week, they offered us a booth indoors, a 10 by 10. So we said yes, of course. And I took it as a sign from the universe that this was meant to be. And from that point forward, I was really also on a self journey. I had started working on myself and learning what I wanted my life to look like. So I started curating how that day would go and where I wanted to spend that time. And so that is how really I started the business because I was looking for purpose.
I love that. I
Yeah.
came into your store on the weekend, not realizing that it was your store. And as soon as I walked in, before I even saw you, I was like, oh my gosh, like if my house could smell like this, like all the time. As soon as you walk in, there is such a beautiful energy too. Like, so beyond the smell, but like everything is so curated in such a beautiful way that you feel really like, I was like, I think I just want to, I'm going to hang out at this store. You even have a couch there. Like it's super comfortable. Um, and you can feel like I've been into other refillery places before, but yours feels different and it feels I can't really find the words to articulate it, but it feels like really well loved for, lack of better description. But yeah.
It's true. There's love, there's devotion, and there is a curation of even the energy in the space. So
Mm.
I'm very intentional about how I focus my energy there. And I witness many people walk through the door and they just sigh.
Mm-hmm.
Their shoulders shrug, And that was my first indication that there was more to scent than meets the eye. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's not just about smell. And I suppose there's a bit of aromatherapy there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's almost a release.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I love that. And Britt, like that was one of the things that you really wanted to focus in on with Katrina, right? Was like, I mean, the Eco-Refillary is really super cool. And people in this area, like you're in Flesherton, so in the area, you should really go in there because
Yeah.
it's an amazing
Yes. Yeah.
place. Um, and also like to take it deeper as far as like your journey. I'm gonna let you describe it, Brittany, because I know that this is like really what your curiosity is with Katrina.
Hmm.
Well, I think first and foremost, hearing your experience and your story and then applying it to how you started. So you started with candles. Candles are a scent, right? It's an aroma. So right off that creation piece, you already had that underlying tone. And then it's just, well, it's expanded within that space of creation. Also
Yeah.
highlighting, I think it's interesting, it was a hysterectomy with the like womb space, right? Because the womb portal is where we really open up creation itself. So it's interesting hearing your story and how that ultimately has opened for you in this form of creation and connection.
100%.
So,
Not to interrupt you, but I
mhm,
also have didelphys uterus. So it wasn't just a hysterectomy. I had the removal of two uteruses and two cervixes. So it was an intense surgery. It really took me out. Yeah.
huge. So
Huge.
it sounds like you filled that space with new life and new creation. Mhm.
For sure. Yeah.
And Katrina, so I connected in with you most recently through a training, and I remember your excitement. Had this download, I had this channel, I've had this creation come through in a form of a book.
Yes.
And that book is still being in the works. And I would love so much for you to talk to this collective group about this book and what's come through for you, especially in the awareness of clairsentience, so scent, and how we bring in that connection to our own internal communication with our bodies, with spirit, with however that shows up for every single one of us.
Yeah. If I could give a little backstory, because it kind of
Yeah.
happened accidentally. First, with witnessing the release, when people would walk through the door, they lingered longer. There was just a presence about it. And I knew they were connecting with the oils.
Yes.
And then after teaching candle making classes for a period of time, I recognized everybody's scents were different. No matter whether they use the same oils, each one had a signature to them. And as I went along, this kind of slipped out of my mouth and I laughed because I thought it was funny. And I said, I bet you I could tell you who you are based on the scents you're choosing. Right? And I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know? And then after Reiki level 2, lo and behold, I had a massive download of different the scents and different archetypes between the scents, different energetic elements in the scents, masculine and feminine properties. And so I started writing a book, and it's more of like a living journey through scent and what comes up when we sit with these oils. And I've called it Scent Alchemy. And it's just really, truly a way to come back to the present, come back to yourself, and start listening to what you need in your body. So I always have people choose different oils. So based on what they feel drawn to, I say pick as many as you want, whatever you feel drawn to. And then we work with the oils to make something with their hands, tangible, right? For that connection. And giving them that time to do that really helps restore their nervous system. And so just to differentiate what this is versus aromatherapy, So aromatherapy starts with the emotion. So it starts with the person sharing the emotion, and then the oils are chosen based on those emotions. So scent alchemy is it starts with the body. The body is telling you what you need. So then when you interpret the read of the oils, it can sometimes trigger hidden insights. Um, and I've, as I said, created this book. And so I've put the book into an AI and I asked it to write in a certain format. So now I can just ask, at once they tell me what scents they like, then I can just input this information into this AI and it gives them a reading that has brought people to tears. It has been so resonant with so many people. It's just undeniable. Yeah. And so, yeah, yeah.
It's beautiful. So it's really like teaching people how to lean into their own intuition on what their guidance is. And that, from what I am hearing, like that's the embodied experience because it's really how the body is speaking. And I love that because that's really what our, like, everything that Brittany and I, aspire to for Blue Lotus is to really be able to support people and teach people, for lack of a better word, on how to get in touch with different aspects of their own embodiment process. So this is a whole other, like, this is a new layer for us to bring in. This is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just more of a way to maybe understand what kind of patterns emotionally you've been holding that maybe are unconscious to you still,
When
right?
the body's talking or speaking in a certain way. And then
Mhm.
it's like the upside down version of aromatherapy. So it's like the
Well,
body is leading you to the underlying emotion essentially.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's absolutely it. So it's, yeah, reversed almost, where instead of hearing what your more symptom is, it is the why behind that symptom,
Yeah.
right? It's the hidden patterning, yeah, behind it.
So to help guide them to maybe the root of the feeling or the emotion that they may be having a more challenging time processing. Is that
Exactly.
fair to say? Yeah.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah, yeah.
So
And so for your community
yeah.
to tune into this a little bit more, I have a little micro ritual. If you wanted me to do it here now, I can do
Sure.
that. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
So,
actually, Katrina, sorry. We want
yeah.
to save that just for our members. And
Okay.
this, we're going to have this on,
Okay.
this is
Yeah,
kind of,
fair enough.
yeah. But you did send it to me. And so if you are a member and you're watching this, it's going to be also in the forum as a PDF so they can print it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that feel right to you, Brittany?
Yeah, I laugh because like I was in the space of like, let's do it. And then yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't even process. I'm like, let's go right now, right?
Yeah. We
But
want to keep
no.
some special gifts for our
Yeah.
collective members. But
Fair enough. Yes.
what I wanted to say to you too, because before
Yeah.
we hit record on this
Yes.
chat, you were talking about how you picked up a bottle and like you kind of like instantly connected to, whatever um like maybe the attributes of that oil was or is. And I just wanted to talk about that because also obviously everything has a frequency. So in my mind, I'm thinking like you've picked up this bottle and without smelling it, you're already like in resonance with whatever the frequency of the oil is. So does that feel like that makes sense or?
Yes. And it is that it's a little bit different than just a resonance. It's like a patterning
Okay.
and it's felt in the body. Sorry. I'm so sorry. It's, yeah. So, oh, what was it?
You said it's a pattern.
Yeah, it's
So we're talking about like holding the bottle, like the resonance of the bottle. And you were saying the patterning.
yeah, oh yeah. So when I hold it, I will, well, today it was just automatic, just
Right.
instantly, like words just came in my head, but but to tap into this intuition a little bit more, just even holding the bottle, like, I don't know how to explain it.
No, I can visualize it though. I can see, I know what you mean. And I think you mean that
Yeah.
it's like you're also feeling it in your body.
Yes. So that's it. So yes. So there's kind of a framework that I use. It's
Yeah.
like, where am I feeling this?
Yeah.
So I'll actually feel it in certain spots, or I'll hear it.
Yeah.
And then I can tell what the density is of it.
Right.
So whether it's like heavier or lighter based on the oil. Um, yeah, there's a few different things that I go through to get the whole picture of the oil, but it's all felt through the body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Katrina, with that, I'm so curious, when you're feeling and connecting to the resonance of the scent, would you say with each scent there is that form of duality, like a shadow element and a light element to it?
Yes. Mm, yes, but I don't see that so much as they have traits, they have qualities about them. All of them have qualities about them.
Right.
They connect to emotions, and there's, yeah, I don't know. I lost my words again.
No,
Okay.
it's good. So, like, what I'm kind of visualizing is like, okay, let's say that a certain scent, you feel sadness, but then also happiness. Like it holds both of the dualities. So
Sometimes.
is it okay? That's kind of what I was referring to. So
Yeah.
sometimes they hold that,
So, and then there's masculine and feminine energies
right?
and qualities. Some are more neutral.
Right.
So, for example, the citrus notes, they're of a light frequency, so
Mhm.
much so it's like sunlight,
Right.
right? Which they basically are.
Hmm.
Um, Notes like lime, is like the trickster. It's like the jovial child, And yeah, and notes like grapefruit is like mothering, nurturing, warm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then if
Yeah.
I was, so let's say, for example, then I'm drawn to lime as a scent. And if there's like the trickster energy, how is that going to work within me then? Is it going to kind of illuminate that like part of me, or is it going to inspire a more playful part of me? Like, how would that, like, have you seen how that actually applies to like in real life for people?
As far as like support, I think it's
Yeah,
more.
like why, like if I was drawn to lime without knowing any of these attributes, and I was like, oh, this is what I want. So, and just because you mentioned the trickster, so I'm just curious, is that something then that like I'm going to be um like, alchemizing within myself, like that attribute, or is it going to be leading me to like a different like type of balancing within myself that is related to that attribute?
I feel like it's telling you a little bit about who you are.
Okay. Okay. So it's like a
You
signet,
have
it'd be
that
like an energetic signature for me. So it'd be like something that I would be aligning with.
Yeah, and in this moment in time, that's
Yeah.
what.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Yeah.
So
And
like, yeah.
It's really funny because I was thinking, so Brittany and um, I think it's been like, I don't know, it's been a long time, 5 or 6 years where Blue Lotus came to us originally. And this is actually just came full circle in my mind because it was Blue Lotus and it was the use of Blue Lotus in the Egyptian times and
Mm.
what it offered for people in their healing journey that inspired us to create Blue Lotus Collective, so it was actually the sacred oil that really was the catalyst. So that's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would love to give you guys the book so that you can
Yeah, thank you.
work with this energy too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's so supportive for people to even just hear a little bit more about who they are and feel seen.
Right. That's
That,
what I'm seeing. Yeah. So I'm understanding now. So it's not like aromatherapy where I'm looking to heal a part of myself. It's like helping me like meet part of myself.
and you,
Yeah.
and get to
Enter it.
pieces
Right.
might be hidden. Sorry. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you nailed it, Katrina. Like, that's what I was just going to say because, like Kara said, 5 or 6 years ago, we self-initiated that frequency. And like Kara, our lives since that time frame, right? Like
Yeah.
that
Right.
resonance, that frequency, it literally shifted everything to get to this point where we can hold that container.
Right.
So
Was the
how
frequency of the oil that was the
literally
initiator for us, which is so funny. Yeah.
That is wild. That is so, yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
it shows how powerful, right? That
Right.
connection truly is.
I know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think that so often you're like, we see essential oils and it's like, oh, yeah, it like smells pretty or, whatever. We want to have baths and stuff. But then really recognizing how potent plant medicine is, and it's actually not to be taken lightly. And there's because to me too, everything is frequency. So, when you're lining up your frequency or you wanting to connect with a plant medicine for frequency, which is why I love the ritual that you sent us because it's
Yeah.
ceremonial. It's not just yes, we want to have our places and ourselves smelling nice, and essential oils are a beautiful way to do that in a natural way without using synthetic fragrance, but seeing that it can be taken so much deeper.
100%. And why do we love having a nice smell?
Yeah.
Because we feel it within us.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's beautiful. I think we should have Katrina do like a workshop with our members.
I would love.
Katrina, would you be open to that? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be really fun to do that in the actual forum and have like a live workshop where we can do the rituals, really talk about oils and have an open kind of conversation for questions too. Would be really cool.
It would be a safe place for me to start.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be
Like start
so
opening
cool.
up more to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
How
I
have
do have one more question.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm just curious because mediumship's a big thing for me. And I know part of mediumship gifts come through scent.
Mm.
Katrina, I'm curious for you, especially because you're highly intuitive with your internal gifts. Do you find that certain energies, when they're coming through you or communicating with you, you get that through scent?
Yes. 100%.
So,
The energies
right,
are all unique. Each one has its own signature. Mhm.
right. So
Yeah.
have you ever had that, like when you're with someone where maybe they're picking a certain scent, but then something comes in and then it helps them trigger or remember a certain person?
Oh, with the scent. Oh,
Mhm.
yes. Yes. All the time because scent bypasses the limbic system. It goes straight into your memory, emotion, all of that. So that is why scent is so crucial. It's encoded within us,
Wow.
right? And so we don't realize when we're smelling synthetic fragrance, it's destabilizing us,
Right.
creating this low level inflammation. And then we don't understand why we don't feel well because we don't even know that we're not supposed to smell that stuff. Right? Because it's so socially acceptable.
Sense. I heard this really crazy thing, and I mean, this could be too far out there, but I believe it because I also read this thing about how when we wear artificial fragrance and we're let's say we're dating,
Yeah.
and we can become attracted to a person that's actually not meant for us based on a false sense of familiarity or because it hides our natural pheromones. So it's you can end up in attraction or false attraction with people or even vice versa, repulsion
Yeah.
of people based on a scent, rather than if people will just were themselves. But in my mind, wearing natural scents or essential oils, I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but it kind of accentuates the pheromones or your own pheromone works with it, so it kind of creates your own unique signature as a smell. Is that true?
It makes sense. I was just
Mhm.
thinking when you were saying about the synthetic fragrance and spraying that on you, somebody is now connecting to those scents
Yeah.
and because that's essentially what it is,
Yeah.
right? So because if we can tell who you are based on the scents you're choosing
Yeah.
and smelling artificial scent that isn't resonant,
Yeah.
it's taking away from who this person is. So they're not even learning on a frequency level who they are. They're
Exactly.
they're not interpreting it right. So
Yeah.
when they're not wearing that scent, then all of a sudden they're like, it doesn't feel the same.
Right. It's
Right?
fascinating to me. I think about this and I think about different times that I've been around people who I would, maybe be attracted to as far as like conversation or, lifestyle or whatever. And then if there's like a cologne or a strong smell, it's like an instant, like it does the exact opposite. So even if there's these attributes that could be aligned, scent can throw everything off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it can make you feel sick,
Yeah.
especially if you've removed yourself from it.
Yeah.
Find that it's because our systems have adjusted to feeling that way.
Yeah.
So you remove it, you don't even know you were feeling yucky. So then when you reintroduce it, you start getting headaches,
Yeah.
right?
Or
Start getting
hive.
from smelling it.
Or hives. Exactly.
Yeah.
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 Unbelievable. Well, thank you so much. This is so good. So let's just also say, because I was at your store, I saw that you have really great experiences that you can come and like create. You had like bath salts or bath bombs and soaps and different things that you can go and create. And with that, are you like, I'm assuming you're using essential oils with that, like people can create a scent. Yeah.
Yeah. And that is a part of the experience is
Right.
that's how it sort of developed was people were just taking the oils and
Yeah.
through that I recognized
Yeah.
this deeper layer.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah,
And we'll
yeah.
make sure that we have a link to the to your shop so people can see that. Yeah.
That's great. I would love that.
Yeah. And
Thank
what else, B?
you.
What else? How do you want to, is there anything else you want to say to finish off?
Honestly, I feel like there's so much more we can go into always. Like this is the tough part, right? Because you start getting in and you're just like, and this and this and
I
this.
know.
I like even as you're talking, I'm like, oh yeah, right, with that element
Yeah.
of scent. But I think you know what, this is a really empowering conversation. So thank you, Katrina, because I mean the clairs are high sensibilities. This is part of learning how to inner source. So touching upon clairsentience as a whole, this is a really empowering one for our community. I guarantee you that there are people within the forum that are working to strengthen that, whether it's for their own internal, connection to mediumship or what they're navigating within their subconscious. So I'm just really grateful we've touched on what we have today so that can kind of streamline that information. And one last question in that with your book. So are you planning to publish this? Like, what's that looking like? Or is it already published? How can people connect in with it?
I am hoping to publish in the new year. That is my goal. So, yes, if anyone is interested in the book or following along with my journey, you can connect with me on Instagram at eco.refillary, Eco-Refillary. And I would be happy to connect with you there as
Awesome.
well. Yeah.
And we'll make sure that, well, you let us know when your book comes out so we can also,
Yeah.
we can update this video as well so they can have access to it.
I would love to give it to you guys, honestly.
Can't
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
We'd be so grateful.
Yeah. Thank you
Thanks.
so much for having me on here.
Yeah, thank
What a
you.
journey, Katrina. Thank you.
Yeah. And to think it all started with candles and scent
Yeah,
all the way back in 2010.
I love that.
Yeah. I never
Well,
ever
and
imagined it would take me here.
I think about candles as like illuminating, right? So it's like it was part of the illumination process for you to get to where you are. So that's really beautiful.
Certainly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for sharing your
Yeah.
story.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so wonderful. You guys are always such beautiful lights.
Ah.
Yeah.
Especially Britt.
Aw.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, I really
I
love,
would say to I
love
would say to Kara, we're all a shared brain anyways. So
Yeah.
we're all beautiful lights.
100%. Yeah.
Anyway, I'll see you soon because I'm going to come back into that beautiful store and just be
I
laying
hope
around.
so. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Before we go, Kara, can you highlight that? Because that's just so funny, like
What?
for a group.
That
Like how you met Katrina in the physicality.
So it's so funny because I was in a business meeting because I have a new job that's in Kimberley. And so I was in a business meeting and we went to grab something to eat in Flesherton. And then the person I was with was like, oh, there's like a refillery place here. We should go. And I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds great. Yeah, it's right there. And I looked, it was open. So I was like, we're gonna go walk in. And I already said about my walking experience. I was like, oh, this is like so amazing. And then like I'm looking at Katrina, I'm like, man, she looks so familiar. And I obviously thought about this podcast because I had just finished doing our website to say this is coming. But I honestly thought, because Brittany did not tell me otherwise, which is also classic Brittany. I love you, Britt. That you were local to me. Like I assumed you were in London because she was like, I've got this great friend and this. So I was like, oh, great, she's in London. And I'm like, man, this person, like, this is really weird. This woman looks like Katrina from London, who also has an Eco-Refillary. And then I'm with this person and I'm like, and you were like, you look familiar. I'm like, yeah, so do you. I'm like, is your name Katrina? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, okay. Like, I'm Kara from Blue Lotus. And you're like, okay. It was so funny. And like
Yeah.
the whole time I'm like laughing at Brittany and her assumption that I would know where you were, but that's okay.
Truly, I kept looking and I was like, she is so familiar. And not in a customer way. I'm like, where do I know her from Instagram?
It was so funny. And I was like, this is so perfect because that was on Saturday and we were having this conversation today, which is Thursday. So I thought it was so perfect that I came in and got to actually meet you and see your space and kind of start to connect to the frequency already. So that I'm grateful for. And I'm also going to say that as much as I love Brittany, she thinks that I know things that I don't a lot.
Yeah.
And she's cute. She tries to be human, but she really can't be. That's okay.
I try, man. I try.
No,
I
it's
try.
a good effort. It's a solid effort. So anyway,
It's good.
I'm happy that I was there and you'll see me again this weekend,
Oh.
I think, probably. So that'll be good.
So great to connect with you there.
The orchestration.
What's that?
The orchestration. And
Well,
I
this is
laugh
the
because
thing.
I literally I got message from both of you. Right after I was like, oh, of course you met right before.
I know that's what it's like. And that's
All
also
the details
another
are done.
point is that life always guides us, you know, like to me. And that was like what I took from that. It's like when you are really in universal flow, you are in universal flow, you know, like it's like you don't really actually need the words. It's just a funny side story, but like you're always guided, you know, and that's what I really took from it. Is like, okay, like obviously we're all in that same flow for that to all kind of come together like that. So that was a cool outer reflection for me.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's the oh, I forget. Never mind. I forget. Sorry.
Anyway,
It's the inner source thing, right? Synchronicity.
Synchronicity.
Inner source.
Yeah.
Inner source thing makes life synchronistic, right? Like it gets to the point where you're just like you can't make it up, and
No,
that's the whole path of trusting.
Yeah.
And I feel like the
deeper releasing your hands on the wheel, like just letting source take the lead was the biggest thing that I ever felt such relief.
Yeah.
I could just go with it, you know? It's not something to contort or control. It's just, okay, I'm going to listen to you. You tell me where to go.
So good. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
100% could be the hardest thing to do sometimes, but every time you do it, then you have the reflection like that last weekend where it's like, oh, right. Like we can get out of our own way.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Thanks, ladies.
Nice. Thank you.
Thanks, Katrina. Really appreciate it. Bye, Britt. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Katrina. Bye, Kara.
Care.
Bye, Katrina.
See you later.